Haha, there we go. I have kids, and my kids were expecting a snow day, so they weren't real motivated this morning, and they pushed all the buttons, and my wife lost her lid. So I had to, sorry, I had to start a little bit late today. And but here we are. Hopefully you can hear. Let's see. Hopefully you can still hear. DMOC, is that any better? Now that I've hit the buttons. All right, we're good. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I figured out some stuff since yesterday's show, and let's continue. What I thought wasn't working was actually working. The problem was there was a let's see. The way that Yuga by Cloud works, it has a allow list. And my IP address had changed. So I wasn't able to connect. That's where we're running into the timeout. So everything looks like it's working right now. I have a task. Let's see if we can work through this. Escape. Let's see where we're at. It looks like things have been working. Let's see. So we have our task, our Spring Cloud task. I'm going to hit T to trigger it. I'm going to bump up that font so hopefully you can read it. And let's dig in. Let's see if we can get a new task. Here's our manual run. It looks like it's working. This is wonderful. That is wonderful. All right. So what that means is our task is going, it's running, it's grabbing a bunch of videos, and it's putting them into a database. Let's take a look at that database. And let's get some music. Hopefully that's good. Got a little background music. So say hi, let us know where you're from. Mom and Dad, hi, I love you. Yesterday was a interesting stream in the morning, but then we kind of got into some good stuff. This was the whitelist. Let's go see if we can peek at our data. Let's see. All right, looks like we have data. This is good. This is good. All right. Fantastic. We're doing stuff. Yeah. Hello, Dan. Hello, Jonas. Welcome back. The problem that I was running into yesterday, I did have my secrets getting populated properly. What was happening was there was a allow list. My IP address changed, so I wasn't able to connect. So we got that figured out. Now let's see if we can do something else interesting. I think I have the latest version pushed out. Let's jump back. So I'm tackling this different ways. Here's all of our stuff. We have this task. That's what I updated 8 hours ago. And that's working. Now let's go another step. Here's where I ran into yesterday. What I would like to do is let's just consider this done. We've got now a database that has a bunch of stuff in it. Hello, Microsoft Java. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome. We have a database that has a bunch of YouTube videos in it. It's got titles. I think I've come up with a way of making this work so we're not rebuilding everything all the time. So let's close this and consider that decent enough. And let's open up another project. Let's open up. Here's where I was. Another thing that I'm stuck on that hopefully, this helps. We're going to go into this web. This is a Vaadin front end, Vaadin Flow front end that we started yesterday, or we rebuilt it yesterday. One of the things I was unsure of was when I did this, the license wasn't working. So I'm looking for a way to make sure that I can use this properly. So let's just do this. Let's show you what's what. And the idea. Oh my gosh. I thought I fixed this. SDK, MV, init. So my SDK man isn't automatically switching versions. I need to fix that. Let's just do that real quick. I like to have SDK man, and with SDK man, we can switch between different Java versions. But there's a piece where we do this. So SDK env init. This file is pre-populated with the current JDK version, SDK env. Oh, so if that's there, do SDK env to use it. But I want to have it automatically switch for that env. Where's that command? Auto env, enable automatic env. I want this. SDK man auto env true. It's in SDK man etc config. That's already there. Why didn't that work? I'm not sure why they didn't automatically populate. All right. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We're here. Now we're using it. Okay. /amv nw. Let's get that up. So, good question. I am on a Mac right now. Jonas says, I love the SDK Man logo. Oh, my SDK Man went to the wrong window. Here it is. Here it is. So this is the app that just started up. I built this with the UI on start.vaadin.com. This is the idea, is where I'm going to have my videos and the little thumbnails populated here. But this is the thing that wasn't working. It shows that, and then it says the provided license key does not allow usage of Vaadin board. So let's do this. I don't have all the answers, but I have friends. So I'm going to reach out for help. And it might just be that I don't have a new enough key. So let me send this over to my friend. and I'm peeking. I got some feedback on what this issue might be. I'm in here. Oh, it's what happened? Oh, it looks like. All right, so we'll figure it out. That will get figured out. So, does SDKman work on Windows or do I use WSL on Windows? I use SDKman on WSL. I don't think SDKman works on Windows. But I don't use Windows enough to know that for sure. But that's what's in my head. It works on just about everything else. I use it on Raspberry Pis and Late Potatoes and all the good things. So this is an issue, but we're not going to let that stress us out. We're going to keep on going with this one. So I've done this a couple of times, and it's like my favorite little pattern, but things have changed a little bit, so we're going to look around. It's not here. This is the way that, so let's remind where we started. I started here at start.vaden.com. And I had this project that we were messing around with. And it's got a little stream here, and it's got videos. Will be here. It's got a little dashboard that's cool, and it's going to have a little admin so that we can trigger things, right? So what we want, or what I want, is I want to use this. So this is where we started. It's super easy. We can add and update and modify our theme, but it gives me like I'm a back end guy. Vaden for me gives me this really cool front end that I can modify with Java code, and that makes me happy. So I'm going to close up some other windows. Man, today's a mess. So here's what's going to happen today. Today I'm going to have to cut it short in 30 minutes. I have to jump to another call at 10. And then I'm going to be busy until 2 o'clock. But I'm going to stream again at 2 o'clock. This is my fun time where we're doing stuff. And I realize like the time of day it's early. So I'm figuring things out for 2024, figuring out like what's the good time. I appreciate this, having everybody here, but I think I'm gonna maybe try out some different times, see what works, because I'm making it hard for my teammates to have time on my calendar as well. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else. I'm gonna have to. I'll experiment with something else. All right, here we go. So we got this moving. We're going to jump into this code and let's take a look. And here in the data, for our videos, we have a person and a videos view. Person and a videos view. So here's all of the data that we need to pull. Hey, Craig. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Wonderful to see you. Hang out for a while. Not a superstar, but what we're doing is hanging out. We're working through code. I'm doing this as often as possible. Where did my other window go? It's not that one. I thought I had a window that had my Excalibur on it. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. This is what I do. I'm a Spring Developer Advocate. Yeah, I'm working through things, trying to think out loud. And Spring Boot, Raspberry Pi, and other SBCs, single board computers, Kubernetes, build packs, because friends don't let friends use Docker files. Build packs is just getting to production. So I'm here hanging out, and the main thing is like I don't have any like deadlines. You know, like push or timeline deadline for getting to production. So I can be interrupted. Ask questions. I'm just here hanging out. Welcome back. We started a little bit late. Day's a little choppy. I've got to do some other stuff for work, but we're here. If you've got questions, bring them. Excuse me. So what we've done, we don't need to look at that. Did I push my web? Let's make this. Oh, here, I have one. Did I push everything up there? I didn't. So we have a repository. Let's do this. Let's bring this application up. Let's put all the conventions in so we can deploy it to production. So that's shut down. Let's do MEW clean. So now we got a good ignores file. Let's add stuff. Git add, or do I have a git in it? No, that should be all right. Git add dot. So now we're gonna put this into GitHub so we can have the stuff. So you guys can work with me. You can help me out because a lot of times it's you that's actually helping me work over these issues. So we're just gonna push this out. Git commit. We haven't really made any changes. We grabbed this from start.vaadin.com. So now that's there. But now we're going to do our little extra steps to build this. Remember, I have this CLI that I call Initializer++ that I can jump into, and this is going to help me make this application, this repository, just like the rest of the repositories. So I do things like update the project version, the project description, the project name. I add multi-arch builders and multi-arch manifests. I add some extensions. Is there anything else that I do? I type help. I add a README. Uh-oh. Oh, was there already a README? There was already a README. Okay. The Zulu builder I don't need. I did that. I'm just looking through. Are there any other things? I don't need to add Spring format. Project name, I did those. So I think we're good. I don't need to add anything else. Fantastic. So that's my way of making all of my applications consistent. So we can see what changed. I modified the POM. I added some manifests. I added these build files. And as I've been doing this, there was already a git ignore because I'm pulling down from either start.vaadin.com or start.spring.io. They usually have a get ignore that covers all the bases. So that was there. But yeah, that's a good idea. So I can add this stuff. Actually, let's make a couple tweaks. Inside of the config YAML, let's see. I want to change my Java version. 21.0.1 -crawl CE. We're here. It's got all, I think everything else is good on the Circle CI side. Git commit. Okay. So I push that. Let's go make sure that Circle CI is ready to go. Remember, I'm building both ARM64 images and x86 images. I use Circle CI. I like Circle CI because they were early to the ARM64 game. I'm building and deploying a lot of this stuff to Raspberry Pis. So we've had some fun with that. Jonas is also kind of on this path, building stuff with Raspberry Pis, delivering stuff with Raspberry Pis. So here's our Java Grunt Web YouTube. We're just going to set up that project. And now on main, it has a Circle CI manifest. So that can go. And it's not going to do anything. It's not going to build anything because of the way I have it set up in the manifest. Only do it when I've got a version tag. So that's one of the extensions. I don't want to build every time I do a commit. I want to be able to do commits without taking things through the rest of the pipeline. So that's one way that I'm doing it. Let's go look. I know that the GitHub one needs a little bit more attention. I'm going to change this image name from Deshaun GitHub repository to deshaun/com.javagrunt.web.youtube. Just that's consistency. Craig says, why the focus on Raspberry Pi? I'll be honest, it's because I don't have cloud money. I have Raspberry Pi money. It's fun. It's something I'm comfortable, exploring and experimenting with. I can take a 15. This is a Raspberry Pi 02. It's $15, but I can deploy an enterprise grade Spring Boot app on this. I can deploy multiple of them on this little device, this $15 computer. So it allows me to bring in my kids. My kids can get excited. They can do fun things. They can make lights blink and all that good stuff. And if something goes wrong, it was a $15 computer. So I used to have a data center in my house. I used to have all sorts of, racks and racks of computers and expensive power bills. Raspberry Pis, though, the other thing about Raspberry Pis is they're small, they're power efficient. I got this right here. Look at this, just happened to be sitting here. These are two Raspberry Pi 4s, and they've got a device on top of them that's a PoE hat. So this hat concept allows me to strap on top of this Raspberry Pi, and then I can start doing PoE, power over Ethernet. So when I go and plug this in upstairs, we did this on stream. We upgraded the operating system. When I go and plug this in to another network, I have two networks in my house. When I go plug this in, the only thing I need to plug in is these two lines. They'll get their network and their power over this line from this power over Ethernet switch. So this switch has the ability to send out power through those ports as well. So yeah, I need one power port, one outlet, and another network. So that makes it really nice. I can put these devices all over the place, and we do that here. So that's one of the things. Actually, I will plug those in after the break. We're going to break here at 10, but that's one of the things. So I can have hundreds of these devices around my house doing different things like watering plants, controlling lights, listening for loud sounds or whatever it is, or just watching the backyard. I can have these devices doing cool things. But what we're going to do here, I've had different things. The way that I describe my home lab, let's see if we can pull it up. Let's see, we can. The way that I describe my home lab is, it's like the guy with the fast cars. Where do I want to go here? Oh, I want to go up here. The guy that has the old car that he's always fixing up. It's in his garage and it's up on wheels and the hood's up all the time. That's what my home lab is I'm always messing around. Hood's always up, open. I'm always tweaking it. But then every once in a while, something cool happens. You lost audio because I wasn't on the stage. So let's try that again. There's the Raspberry Pis. No, this way. So on the bottom, lay potatoes. Those are lay potatoes. Up here, top, like the first ones, those are Raspberry Pi 3B pluses. And up here, like all the way over, those are Raspberry Pi 4s. And that's the idea. My son's putting them into Legos, and we're just casing them up. And yeah, we get to do interesting things with them. And then I was saying that let's see if we can do this. That's my motivation. This is what I'm trying to get to. Or that's not what I'm trying to get to. This is my motivation, that aesthetic. So I'll have all of the blinky things that we can see, and it's just running. I got a bunch of these computers. So there's no distraction. Like, what's the interface between Spring and the IoT capabilities? Here's the thing, is I can take my Spring applications. Let's show this real quick. I can take my Spring applications and I can compile them down to native code. So if I go here, this is a big deal, and a lot of people don't know about it. It's been available for over a year. Can you do some of the Raspberry Pi 3? Yes. So in this little picture over here, up on the top, those computers, the rack of computers that stand up, those are Raspberry Pi 3s. And the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus has a chip made by Broadcom. See what I did there? It has a chip that can run ARM64 workloads. So I can compile this using GraalVM and I can deliver stuff. So let's see what that looks like. Craig. I can use Spring, which is the framework that I know and love and I've been using for a long time. But a lot of people aren't aware. So here's I'm starting with Java 8 and I'm using Spring Boot 2.6, which is old and outdated. But I don't want you to be there. I don't want anybody to be there. So then we go and we're just going to run it and we're going to save some logs. So we can see it started with Spring Boot 2.6. And then we go and check that it's healthy. It's up. But it took 372.8 megs. This device here it only has 512 megs on it. This device does. So that's not good enough. We can only fit one application on a device like this, and that's no fun. So we're going to run this recipe to upgrade it. And this recipe is just, I don't have to do anything. This recipe is going to upgrade that application that was using Spring Boot 2.6. And it's going to upgrade it to Spring Boot 3.2.1 or maybe 3.2.2, depending on if the recipe's out there. You can see that it does it in order: 2.6 to 2.7 to 3.0 to 3.1 to 3.2. And now, because we're on Spring Boot 3, we can switch to Java 21. Something happened. Something happened on port 8080. I couldn't, it wasn't healthy. I don't know what I did wrong. Oh, I know. I might have had something else running. Oh. Well, that's embarrassing. Jonas, good question. Good question. Let's go take a look. Because I think yesterday it was, oh, it's red. It was scheduled to be out yesterday. But it looks like it missed. It didn't get released. But that's okay. Calendar.spring.io is your place to find all of this information and more. You can actually go into the release and see what's done, what's not. You can see where the status is. So it's past due by 1 day. But calendar.spring.io. If you're interested in like staying on the leading edge, that's a good resource. You should be checking it out. DMOC says, do you know what Vaadin uses now instead of GWT under the hood? I think I know, but I don't want to answer that question. Because I don't want to answer it wrong. I bet you we could figure it out together. And I think you actually have options. Jonas says, I think I saw the 3.2.2 tag on the GitHub repo. That makes me just happy that you're looking at the GitHub repo. So let's, I was trying to, I was wanting to show this demo, JPS. Something is running. Nothing should be running. So why did the demo not work? Let's try that again. And it's on autopilot. This is no hands. You can go and run this too. The whole idea is just upgrading from Java, upgrade your Java 8 to Java 21. You're going to get a lot of performance improvement. And there's a lot of people that are just like, why do I need to upgrade? It's running just fine. And that's what this demo is supposed to show you. It's like, hey, we're up. Yes, you can run on the old version, but you're leaving money on the table, right? Running software, especially in the cloud, is not cheap. So that's why I use the Raspberry Pis. This is just doing the upgrade, and it shouldn't take that long. Like it's really this easy for a lot of applications out there. It's this easy. Oh, and I have another thing that we can do. So let's just see. Hopefully this goes through. I don't know why it didn't, why there was an issue before. So now again, here we are. This is where it broke last time. We are on Java 21 and we just wanted it to start and it didn't start. So I did something wrong. Oh, did you see that? It tried to upgrade it to 3.2.2 and there's something wrong with the upgrade. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see what happens. So this is where we were. If we look at the POM, you'll see that it did get upgraded to 3.2.2. Miguel, yes, I agree with you 100%. The Oracle Cloud free tier is very good. It is way too generous. Way too generous. for a long time, I was using the Oracle Cloud to build my ARM64 images because in Oracle Cloud, you can get ARM64 Ampere boxes for free. You can get a lot of them. So this went, let's see if we can get it to run. So JPS, there's nothing else running. Let's see if we can do this. Spring boot run. Could not read one project. What? The project has one error, non-resolvable parent file. Oh, let's do this. Why? So the recipe's done something that makes it. Has anybody seen anything wrong here? Let's do this. Let's see if we can get some color coding and see why is this not running. We ran the recipe. We can see that the POM changed. It changed here to 3.2.2. We got a new Java version. But what? Oh, maybe all the libraries aren't there yet. So let's do this. That is interesting. Let's change it to 1, and let's see. Oh, so we're catching this in the middle of the release, where all of the dependencies for 3.2.2 haven't been packaged and released yet, which we expected, but my recipe didn't know that yet. So watch this. I wanted to finish off this little demo. I don't need to be in here though. Let's do this. I changed the POM, right? I changed to 3.2.1 so that we can finish the rest of the demo. MVNW, actually, yeah, Spring Boot Run. Uh-oh, what happened here? Unable to load Mojo Run due to an API incompatibility. Oh, SDK use Java 21.0.1. All right, let's do that again. I'm trying to tell the IoT story. How come Spring and IoT is now a thing? Well, it's always been a thing, but now it can be a thing in an even better way. So this application is running. I'm going to grab this. Actually, I don't need to grab that, but I will anyways. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show HTTP 8080/actuator health. I'm going to show that, hey, that application is running. It is. And then I'm going to do this. VMAP pipe grep physical. This app is using 150.1 megs. Okay. So this is, we were at 300. This isn't the full thing. This is just the physical memory. I got another thing I can do here, but let's just do that number for now. And what I'm going to do is I'll use the same one to compare. Upgrading to Java 21 is going to make your stuff faster. But here's where the magic happens. Is I can go even better. I can do mvnw-p native Spring Boot. No, native. Is that it? Native :compile, I think. So this is going to generate a ahead of time AOT build, AOT processing. So it's analyzing at compile time. It's looking at all the code. Right? Java code runs on a JVM, runs on your operating system. Well, now I've got different chipsets, different operating systems. I can take, because of GraalVM, I can go and analyze that. I can throw away all the stuff I don't need. I can get just the bits of the JVM that I need, just the bits of Tomcat that I need, and I get this really, really tiny statically linked native binary. So we can take that native binary and we can run a bunch of those on this little 512 megabyte board, which is cool. Trade-off is it takes a little bit of time to run. So on this machine, it's going to take like 1 minute and 15 seconds because we're doing the streaming and all that kind of stuff. And it's working my CPU. It's working all the memory. GraalVM is going and analyzing every branch of code, all the dependencies, everything. And it's going to throw away everything it doesn't need. And it's going to give me a statically linked native binary. If I was on Windows, it'd give me a .exe file that I could run on Windows and ARM64. But I'm on ARM64 and Darwin. So this binary is only going to work on ARM64 and Darwin, this one that I'm generating right now. So what I'm doing on the other, we looked at the Circle CI and the GitHub Actions. Those are generating ARM64 for Linux and and x86 for Linux. They're using Docker images to do that. So it took 1 minute and 29 seconds, but now in Target, I have Hello Spring. Oops, let's do this. I can do /target Hello Spring. Watch how fast it starts up. In 0.072 seconds. So it starts up really, really fast. We're going to take this same thing. We're going to go over here. We're going to just run the same. Hey, are you healthy? Yes, it's still healthy. So it's the same Spring Boot app that we started off with Java 8, Spring Boot 2.6. But now we're going to do this VMAP where it was 150.1. We're going to do it VMMAP for that same process. Whoops. Pipe grep physical. And now we're only at 45.5 megs. So that's a ton of savings. So that number, this is just the physical memory. That number is going to be about 80 megs of total memory. But even at 80 megs, I can fit 5 of these applications on a single Raspberry Pi 02W that only has 512 megs, or a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. I can fit a bunch of those on one of these devices. So how does that work, right? Java can interface with the hardware just like anything else can. And now when I'm doing it, I don't have to have the extra weight of the JVM. I can do all the stuff I need to, and I can deliver a statically linked image. I use containers, and I use Kubernetes on these devices, even on the devices that I put out on the edge. I like Kubernetes as the abstraction because it doesn't matter what kind of board, whether it's a lay potato or a Raspberry Pi or a Nook or whatever. I've got the same abstraction being Kubernetes, and I can deploy the same application code wherever I need to. So that's how I'm going forward. So let's go back and let's check out this chat here. Oracle Cloud is super cheap. My projects at work are currently with Java 8, Spring 2.6, and I will upgrade to Spring Boot 3 and Java 29 soon. It's literally that easy. So not all of your projects are going to upgrade easily, but a bunch of them are. So let's go and look at this. I'm going to cancel this. Let's stop that so our other demos don't fail. Spring Boot 3.2.2 is in the middle of being released. That's okay. But I have this alias, cat bash profile pipe grep spring cubed. I have this alias that I just run. Let's do that again. So ignore this line, but this is the line that I run that I just call it Spring Cubed. In whatever project I'm at, it'll go in and upgrade it. That's the cool place to be. So you can upgrade by just using this command, just like I just showed. You're using Java 8 and Spring Boot 2.6. I was using Java 8 Spring Boot 2.6. So what I want you to do is go and try and run this open rewrite plugin. So I'm going to put this alias in here. I'll put it into the chat. Hopefully I can fit it all. All right, there it is. So you can see it. That's my alias. That's how I'm running things. Oh, it got cut over on the YouTube channel. But that's how we're doing things. I want you to try it. I want you to go and try that command on all of your projects. Some of them are going to work, some of them aren't. If you've got 10 projects and 3 of them upgrade automatically, like with just this one command, like why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? Because if there's massive savings and you get to be on the latest and greatest. One of the other benefits of upgrading. Let's go here, right? Spring Boot support. So Spring Boot 2.6 is commercial support. So you got to pay to get support for Spring Boot 2.6 right now, but that's even ending. So you need to hurry up and get off of Spring Boot 2.6, right? That end is next month, February 24th. I want you to be up here. I want you to be in the green. So if we run that alias that I just shared, if we run that, then it's going to bring us all the way up here. So then we're in the OSS support. So if there's an issue, you're going to get patches. You're going to get patches, and that's important. So that's what I want you to do. I want everybody here. I get embarrassed, and I don't have all the automation set up, but maybe that's something I'll do. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Come back and join me later. I have to jump over to another meeting. Come back and join me later, and I'll be streaming later this afternoon. Sorry about that. I missed the time. I had so much fun, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.